Hey, aloha everybody. Eric West here with HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, we're all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate. Today I'm shooting live, beautiful morning here at the Masters at Kaanapali. And the reason I've entitled this video the Maui Vacation Guide is, as you can probably imagine, as a practicing real estate agent in Hawaii, we're either dealing with people that want to go on a permanent vacation, as in retirement or a second home. And certainly while they're here shopping for real estate, I mean, they're on vacation. So I get a lot of questions from people as they come to Maui, like a vacation guide. And so I actually made a video. I'll put a link in the description and also above here later on. And at the end of the video, Maui top things to do. And as of today, I think there's like 350,000 views on that video. But I just believe that educating the public on what real estate agents do, which is really, we're really like professional guides when it comes to transacting real estate, but also, hey, where's the best place to eat? What are the schools like? All these different questions is one of the reasons why you hire a buyer's agent. So certainly if you're ever in the market to purchase real estate here in the state of Hawaii, whether it's land, home, or condo, or if you're looking to sell, obviously, hire your favorite real estate agent, and I'd obviously love to be of service. So today we're shooting here at the Masters at Kaanapali. And the reason I chose this property this morning is because there's a little bit of a loophole in Maui real estate vacation rental guidelines, and there's a few properties that actually do allow vacation rentals that you're not aware of, and Kaanapali Masters is actually one of them. And what they allow here is they allow 30 days or more. And so a lot of people don't know that, and what you end up getting is a pretty darn good deal for 30 days. And you might be asking yourself, well, I don't want to go on vacation for 30 days. Really? Are you sure? And I believe that with this most recent crisis that we're dealing with here in the world, there's going to be more people retreating to places like Maui for longer periods of time, and or if they were going to be in the real estate market to buy something, it's going to happen even faster now, because this is a great place to be in the case of, you know, what we're kind of going through right now worldwide. So with that said, I'd like to share with you this property. It's called the Masters. It's located in Kaanapali Hillside. Today's a beautiful morning. It is a little bit overcast, but you know what? That's one of the reasons why people live in Kaanapali, because we catch some of the trade winds, we catch some rains, and it's just a beautiful place to call home, and it's not stifling hot like it can be possibly down in places like Lahaina. And we're actually getting a pretty good little rain right now. So the Masters was actually built in 1991, and it sits on approximately 42 acres. And what makes it kind of cool is that's pretty low density if you think about it, because there's 26 buildings here, and there's only 200 units, technically 198. Consists of both 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, ranging in square footage from 900 to 2156, so just under 2200 square feet. So pretty good size homes right here. They are 2 stories, so you have units that are on the top and you have units that are on the bottom. There's advantages and disadvantages to both, obviously. If you're on the top, you get sometimes a little better view, and no one is walking above you. If you're on the bottom, you have access to the beautiful grounds and a sort of a walk-in, walk-out backyard experience. The property does have 2 pools, 2 hot tubs, which is huge, and also tennis courts. But I found that these property videos are super helpful because when you look at pictures online, it doesn't always tell the story, and sometimes, as you know, listing agents, they like to take pictures of, you know, sort of the best angles, but really it just doesn't give you a feel for the property, in my opinion. So watching a short video like this, I think, is really the equivalent of, say, for example, driving around in a real estate agent's car. I'm going to go about the same speed and look around just like you might look around as you're sitting in that agent's car, and just kind of get a feel for what the property is like. What really stands out to me about the Masters is it's quiet. I mean, it really is quiet, because they have that rule that if you're going to rent out a unit, it has to be for 30 days or more. You don't have the hustle and bustle of people checking in and out of here every single week. So it's a much quieter community. Um, it also holds the honor, I think, of being the most populated community with real estate agents. So a lot of realtors, that move here, and a lot of realtors that move here are actually just semi-retired and they continue to practice, but they kind of study the market and they go, hey, where's the best place to live based on price point, location, things of that nature. And I think it says a lot when you have a property that is highly uh, populated by real estate agents. Morning. And this one is. There's no question about it. And like I mentioned earlier, I think there's going to be more people coming to Maui as this thing starts to develop. And if you're looking for a vacation guide on how to save money, there's a couple ideas I have for you. Number one, there's a few properties like this on Maui that only allow 30-day rentals or more. Lana Kea is another example. I did a video in that neighborhood next door. Now those are homes, but their policy there as well is 30 days or more. So what you can do is you can get together with a group of friends and you can say, hey, I'll take it this 2 weeks, you take it that 2 weeks, save some money. The other idea is you can rent properties here, long-term properties, like say, for example, a home. Much more difficult to get one now as a vacation rental, but you could rent one for 6 months. And when you do that, maybe you come up with 5 or 6 friends that also love Maui as much as you do, and everyone takes it for a month. As a matter of fact, that's what I used to do before I moved here. I had a friend of mine who, his buddy was a fisherman. He has a fishing resort up in Canada, so he would have to leave every summer to go up to Canada, and so he would rent out his property to somebody to cover him while he was in Canada fishing. So I'd rent his house from him, and that was way better than spending, $200, $300, $400 a night at a resort. And having a home just makes Maui feel more like home. And that's when I started to think to myself, I think I could maybe live here. So just to give you a point of reference, this is the upper boundary of the property, and the homes that we're looking up here to the left, that's Kaanapali Hillside, which is the non-gated portion of the homes located on the hillside. And if we were on that street right to my left and we continued on that road to the south, we would end up at the gate to Kaanapali Golf Estates. KGE, as we call it for short. One thing that really stands out to me about this property is how well they keep the grounds. So there's a full-time staff of guys that are cruising around here. Matter of fact, I just saw them all go to work here a few minutes ago on their golf carts, and basically all they do all day long is take care of the grounds here. So they're just absolutely impeccable in terms of the groundskeeping, and also just the amount of mature sort of flora and fauna, if you will, the variety of trees and flowers, and this property does abut the golf course, and I'll try to take you down and show you that here in a moment. It is also part of the sort of golf cart lifestyle. So you'll see a lot of these homes have golf carts parked in the parking lot because they can jump in those golf carts and head down to the ocean. The closest beach being Kahikeli, which is the airport beach, which is North Kaanapali Beach, right next to the Westin. Now, of course, there's 4 Westins, I believe, on West Maui, so it's it's the one at Airport Beach is the closest access point to this property right here. So that right there, I'll kind of slow down here and show you. This is one of the 2 recreation centers. They call this Recreation Center number 2. We'll just take a peek. As you can see, it's closed right now. And then you can see the hot tub sort of right over here through the trees there. And then this is one set of tennis courts here, and there's another two by the other recreation center. I don't know if tennis has become a bit of a lost art, but you just doesn't seem like you really see a lot of people playing tennis anymore. So a good sport to take up, I think, because you have good access to the courts. I actually played tennis in high school and was on the tennis team. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't played it too much here in recent years. By the way, this is what I like to tour neighborhoods and properties on, is my son's one wheel. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. But they are a little bit dangerous, so helps if you've done some kind of a board sport in the past. And don't go fast. What you're looking at here is the island of Molokai. So this property does have views of both Lanai and Molokai, depending on course of where your unit is located. But fantastic year-round sunsets. And we're coming up to the main entrance of the property, just to give you a point of reference. I kind of wanted to get started in the live already into the property, but here is the gated entrance. And then right there is the manager's office. There is a full-time manager on site. You can see her standing right there, and the post office boxes are right there as well. So this would be the main entrance as you drive into the property. And if you're considering purchasing a condo or a townhouse on Maui, you know, if you go into a property such as this that does not allow short-term vacation rentals other than 30 days at a time, what you'll find is a little bit more of a sense of community. Like, you might actually get to know your neighbors. You'll find that there's other people living here full-time, and you know, you end up with a social life. Whereas if you live in a property that only has vacation rental, short-term vacation rental, it tends to be a little bit more transient. There's not as many full-time residents living in vacation rentable condos. Now, of course, there's a whole nother segment of, or classification of condos, which are long-term only. And so those are condos that you can only rent out 6 months or more. Those tend to be a little bit off of the ocean, and as a general rule of thumb, they're not usually as nice as the vacation rental properties. That's a generalization. There are exceptions, obviously, but I've just found that the vacation rentable condominiums have a sort of a higher maintenance level, because you're keeping it ready for people that are coming and spending big money on vacations. So they tend to have a better fit and finish and a better maintenance, is just my observation over the years. The Masters being obviously a big exception to that, because this property is very, very well maintained. This is Recreation Center 1, they call it. The tennis courts are located over there, and then here you have the pool and hot tub area. Kind of a very similar layout as the other one. Another thing that's really nice about this property is if you're into, sort of walking around and, doing hikes here and there in the evening time, there's some really nice grounds that you can get access to. Like right back in here, or if you like playing with your, kids, if you got kids, like throwing football, frisbee, there's just so much open space and lawn, and that's pretty unique. A lot of, real estate here is at a premium, so a lot of condo complexes, you barely have, you might just have a parking lot and that's it. Whereas this has definitely got the land. And if you think about it, if you're purchasing a condominium, you are a part owner in the land. So the more fee simple land there is that you're sharing in, that's more value. So if you buy a condo that's on a quarter acre of land versus one that's on 40 acres of land, you just have a lot more value because there's a lot more land that you own. Oh, look at that butterfly. That you own with your other fellow residents. So that's something to think about. Once again, as a point of reference, we have Kaanapali Plantation condos right over here. That's the neighbor. And then just down the hill from there is the International Colony Club. I'm gonna do a video there here pretty soon. That's actually one of my favorite sort of condos, although they are complete standalone single-family residential homes, and they're a very good value. Not you don't have the views at International Colony Club, but you definitely have your own standalone home and quick access to the ocean. I thought about waiting to do this live until we had a sunny morning, but I actually wanted to show you that one of the reasons I really enjoy living in this neighborhood, I just live up the hill, Kaanapali Hillside, is, you don't have the constant beating sun in Kaanapali. You do get a nice variety of weather, a lot of which includes a little more temperate, a little cooler, some showers, a little bit of trade wind activity. Not a lot, but just enough to, keep you very comfortable. I'd say the only time we really run ACs in this area would be the summers have been getting a little bit hot. So in late July, August, September. By contrast, say Lahaina or even say Laniapoko picks up a little more sunshine and a lot less trade wind activity. And so, by the way, there's the golf course right there, Royal. Yeah, you used to, back in the olden days, you used to be able to drive your golf cart right off the property onto the golf course, but I think the golf course got a little tired of that, so they blocked all those access points with big boulders. So now you can't do that anymore. You have to take the road. But this neighborhood here allows golf carts to go on the roads, and so you can take that right down to the beach. You can also go through Kaanapali Golf Estates if you know how, and then you can take the bridge over the highway. There's a bridge that goes over the highway to Kaanapali Whalers Village. So it's a great way to go down and have dinner, have some fish tacos. Back when we could actually go out to eat. And now we're heading back up the hill off the property. So anyway, I hope you found this little video tour helpful. If you're in the market for a property here on the hillside, I'd love to help, obviously. If you're looking to sell one of your units, I'd love to help with that as well. And I hope everyone is staying safe out there, being smart, washing your hands. And if you decide you want to come to Hawaii, remember you only have to do a 14-day quarantine. It's not too bad. It's not so bad, right? Have some food delivered, and I don't know about you, but if I was to ride out a storm anywhere, I'd rather do it on the beaches of the world. And let's just be honest, Kaanapali, voted the best beach in the world by Condé Nast Traveler. So we're right there in the running, US soil. Don't think I'd want to be in Mexico right now, but I couldn't imagine a better place to be right now in the world. I think airplanes personally are pretty safe to travel on right now. Personally, I do believe that. They're really concluding it's all about keep your hands washed and don't touch your face. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you liked the video, I'd love a like it, thumbs up, subscribe. Hit me in the comments section if you have any questions. And aloha from Maui. Till next time. Try not to crash.